Coming up on This Week in Torrance, Torrance Police help bring home puppies to their rightful owners.
And local high school students celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. We'll tell you how.
Plus, a well-known store in downtown Torrance may be closing its doors, but we'll tell you how you can still find their unique products.
Then registered dietitian nutritionist Vandana Sheth from Torrance joins us to talk about how the foods you eat can help combat the flu.
These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Torrance Police Department's hard work paid off as local puppies were reunited with their owners. Two recent cases had a happy ending for locals. One incident was a month-long investigation that brought a 2-month-old Cane Corso Italian Mastiff back to his owner after the breeder was scammed with fake money and the suspect fled on foot with the puppy. Then in another case, Torrance police say the help of local residents assisted them in bringing home a dog that was part of a grand theft incident. Torrance police say a resident reported suspicious activity and found a suspect that had recently stolen a car along with the dog. Thanks to the resident, police arrested the suspect and returned the victim's car and eventually found his pet. The Torrance Police Department always encourages residents, if they see anything out of the ordinary, to say something and report it.
The League of Women Voters in Torrance presented an educational program on a unique topic. In honor of the recent Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, there were peace-themed talks, discussions, and activities held at the Levy Adult Center. Topics included ways to respect others' opinions and how to react, also giving tips on the importance of civil discourse. Exercises included active listening and mindfulness. Presenters also reiterated the importance of respect to keep everyone united.
So that we can lower the level of the temperature of dialogue so that people really understand each other and give each other respect for what they believe and how they exercise that belief.
This event was free and open to the public. Attendees also donated feminine products that will be shared with a family crisis shelter. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization encouraging participation from the community.
Surfing may soon be considered California's state sport. Torrance Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi, along with joint author Assembly Majority Leader Ian Calderon, announced an introduction of a bill that establishes surfing as California's state sport. Officials say the sport brings in significant economic activity to the state each year and is home to several surfing museums. Muratsuchi says surfing is an important part of the multi-billion-dollar coastal economy. Muratsuchi represents California's 66th Assembly District.
For another year, you can cast a vote for a special South Bay event. Dancing with the South Bay Stars will return here in Torrance. The event pairs members of the South Bay community with professional dancers to compete and raise funds for their favorite charity. This year, 8 community members are participating. The 6th annual Dancing with the South Bay Stars takes place on February 23rd. You can cast your vote at torrancearts.org.
Still ahead, Emmaus Life Sciences, headquartered in Torrance, officially is helping patients with sickle cell disease with a new drug.
Plus, we have a special in-studio guest who will talk about how you can beat the flu with the right diet.
Torrance High School students honored Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy by celebrating the diversity they proudly share.
Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us.
The message of inclusion, equality, and peace was felt throughout the 28th annual Hands Across Campus Affair. The event started with the national anthem and then speeches from student leaders and dignitaries reiterating the words of Dr. King about accepting one another and the importance of diversity. The highlights of the event were the performances, and students cheered as each club shared dances, music, and costumes from their own culture. And together they stood united to not only celebrate their own traditions, but the ones of their fellow classmates.
I couldn't be more proud of an event that exhibits what we call Tartar pride here at Torrance High School.
I think that every culture club, they really brought the tradition as well as a little bit of a modern twist to their performance, and it was really cool to see everyone get together and just celebrate diversity and celebrate culture.
Torrance High's diversity continues to grow. The school has multiple diversity clubs, which includes the Latino, Japanese, Korean, Pacific Islander, South Asian, Black, and Filipino culture groups who are participating in the annual event.
For years, El Camino College has been providing a program that helps anyone with financial need fulfill their college dreams. You can now apply online for the 2018 South Bay Promise. It provides full-time students free enrollment fees for the first year. There are various steps for enrollment, including an application, applying for FAFSA, and taking assessment tests. The college is expanding the South Bay Promise program to 500 high school graduates. Some of the benefits also include getting priority for registration, receiving personal counseling, and other academic services. Students must commit to a minimum of 12 units. If accepted, you will be notified in May. The deadline is April 30th. Go to elcamino.edu for more information.
Only a month into the new year, and already the Torrance Rose Float Association may be close to finding the perfect design to shine in the 2019 parade. The design sketch contest officially ended. Bev Finley, president of the Torrance Rose Float Association, says they received a large number of sketches for the 2019 Tournament of Roses design contest. For another year, the city is hoping that one Torrance High School student's creativity will lead the way for next year's float. While the theme hasn't been announced, Finley says it has to do with music. Next step is for the builder to set up judging, and then the board will vote. Then the sketch will head to the Citizens Enrichment and Development Committee for approval and will head to council.
A new drug designed to help patients suffering from sickle cell disease is now on the market. Torrance-based company Emmaus Life Sciences announced that their drug Indari is now available by prescription in the United States. The drug was approved by the United States Food and Drug Administration to reduce the acute complications of sickle cell disease in adults and pediatric patients 5 years of age and older. Indari is the first new treatment approved by the FDA for pediatric patients with the disease and first treatment approved by the FDA in nearly 20 years for adult patients. You can get the prescription through U.S. Bioservices, a national specialty pharmacy. Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder that causes patients to suffer from excruciating pain due to a lack of oxygen being delivered to the tissue. Indari has helped decrease hospitalizations.
A store in downtown Torrance is closing its doors, but the brand is not going away for good. Le Unique Boutique, owned by Nancy Freitas Gomez on Marcelina Avenue, will close its store on January 28th. However, Gomez made it clear that her store will not be going out of business, but will go mobile starting in March. She will continue to participate in the downtown Torrance Antique Street Fair. Gomez plans to provide personal customer service, designs, and unique finds that the store used to offer. You can check out the new brand's new mobile boutique at launiqueboutique.com.
A one-of-a-kind studio that helps kids learn Spanish is opening their first location here in Torrance. Baila Baila Spanish for Kids is bringing their talents to the city. The brand keeps parents and children moving to the beat of the music while teaching Spanish. Created in 2010 by Isabel Brazen, Baila Baila teaches Spanish to children with a unique approach. All of the teachers at the studios are native Spanish speakers, and they promote learning through playing games, making fun art projects, dancing, and singing along to the rhythm. In the program, they use association, repetition with creative techniques and tools to illustrate key concepts. They have their own YouTube channel where you can find some of the work of their talented teachers. They have story time, various mommy and me classes, and even yoga for kids. The studio is expected to open in Torrance this month at 23912 Crenshaw Boulevard.
One of Honda's popular car models received an award. Editors at Edmunds.com named the 2018 CR-V and all-new Clarity Series the most innovative SUV and car of the year. The Honda Clarity Series was recognized by Edmunds editors for its leading-edge approach to electrified powertrain technology. Edmunds is a website where you can compare car prices, receive car buying advice, compare cars, and much more. Also, the recent Detroit Auto Show was a hit for Honda. Its Honda Accord was given the North American Car of the Year award. It also debuted its new green car called Insight. Interesting fact, in 2017, 93% of all Honda and Acura cars sold in the United States were made in North America.
A big box retailer is taking steps to combat opioid abuse. Walmart started offering customers a product that disposes unwanted expired prescription drugs at their 4,700 U.S. pharmacies. The packet is called Dispose RX, and it's a powder that, when mixed into a pill bottle with warm water, creates a safe, biodegradable gel. People with refillable opioid prescriptions will get a free small bag every 6 months, and customers can request a free packet anytime. The product has been in use for about 6 months at hospitals. The goal is to help with the opioid crisis and assist people with throwing away leftover medications safely. According to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, 4 million Americans are addicted to prescription painkillers. It will also be available at Sam's Club stores with pharmacies. The Torrance location already offers this product.
Receipts are often stuffed into our wallets or bags, but did you know they have chemicals? Trader Joe's announced it will be removing 2 controversial substances from their register receipts. The chemicals BPA and BPS are widespread in register and ATM receipts. Potential health effects of BPA and BPS include harm to the brain and causes hormone disruption. Trader Joe's announced they're now hoping to use paper that is free of phenol chemicals and plan to have it in stores as soon as possible. The U.S. has banned BPA in sippy cups, baby bottles, and formula packaging. The substance is also found in food can linings and various plastic items. Flu cases are spiking across the country and right here in the South Bay, but there are more ways than you can think of how you can combat it. Today we have Vandana Sheth, who is a local registered dietitian, nutritionist. Thank you so much for joining us. Always
Thanks for having me
good to see
here.
you. You look healthy, so you apparently haven't had the flu.
I've been fighting it off with some great nutrition.
What should we do to avoid the flu this year?
You know, good nutrition plays a key role in our immune system response to protect us. And there are some foods that we want to incorporate every single day. So garlic, for example, it's an antimicrobial, antiviral, great nutrient to have. Ginger. Ginger, again, is a great immune response fighter, so we want to include that. Turmeric. That's a new hot food. You can find fresh turmeric in the grocery stores now or use the dried powder, either in cooking or to drink it as a tea. And for any of your viewers interested, I do have a recipe. They're welcome to send me an email, and I can send them off a golden milk recipe.
And we'll give you that website here at the end of this segment. Let's say you got unlucky and you got the flu and you feel it coming on. What do you do then?
You know, regardless of whether you have it or not, some of these foods can help you either prevent getting it or actually reduce the severity of the flu. For example, mushrooms, they're an excellent source of selenium, and researchers found people who are low in selenium levels get a more severe version of the flu. Vitamin C is another powerful nutrient. We think of vitamin C-rich foods as citrus, like oranges, tangerines, but really there are other foods that are rich in vitamin C. Red bell peppers are a fantastic source. We want to get that in.
I keep hearing about probiotics.
That's so true. So probiotics are these good bacteria that we have in our gut, And there's more and more studies that show the gut has an impact on our immune response on fighting off infections. So when we think about probiotics, yogurt is a fantastic resource for probiotics. But if you don't care for yogurt, go for cottage cheese or fermented foods like kimchi or sauerkraut. So many other ways to get it.
And of course, get plenty of rest and drink lots of liquids.
Exactly. Rest is so important. Getting enough sleep so that we can recoup. Getting enough protein. So you can get protein from beans. They're also rich in zinc, and that can be helpful in fighting infections.
You also mentioned vitamins. Let's focus in a little more on the vitamins. What kind of vitamins should we really be knocking down?
So there are some key nutrients. So vitamin A, that you can find in orange-colored fruits and vegetables. You can get it in spinach and kale. Vitamin E, that's found in nuts like almonds, peanut butter, sunflower seeds. Vitamin C, like citrus fruits, and also red bell peppers. Also selenium, that's another nutrient I had mentioned. Mushrooms are a good source. Vitamin D, omega-3 fats, found in salmon, tuna, walnuts, chia seeds, and of course protein. That's really important as well.
And always wash your hands.
Absolutely the best response.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vandana Chef. If you have any questions, you can contact Vandana by going to her website at vandanachef.com. Still ahead, upcoming events happening right here in the city, plus a preview of what to expect on the next episode of the Sports Desk. You're watching This Week in Torrance. Welcome back, everybody. Here's some upcoming events on January 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can paint while sipping on some fresh local brews. Sholbert Brewery is hosting Paints and Pints. Step-by-step instructions will be given for a 2-hour painting class. All materials are included. Tickets are $35. Then you can learn origami at the Henderson Library on January 27th from 10 a.m. Registration is now open. Space is limited. To register, call the Henderson Library. And you can take a break from being creative on that day and attend the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation's Backstage with the Beatles at 8 p.m. in the James Armstrong Theater. Attendees will also be able to see photos and behind-the-scenes stories about the Beatles from Bob Eubanks, the only living person to have produced the Beatles concerts all 3 years they toured in America. Now, let's find out what's happening in the Torrance sports world.
What's going on, AJ?
Hey guys, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Torrance and South treated us to an instant classic in high school basketball. We have complete coverage of the very popular rivalry between North and West, basketball, soccer, and even wrestling. And speaking of wrestling, history was made in high school girls wrestling. We'll tell you how. You won't want to miss that. All this and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance CitiCABLE. Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thanks so much, AJ. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.